Hello, hello, hello. It must be Tuesday, for I'm here and you are out there somewhere. I don't know where you are. You might be just over there. I don't know. But this is the bit where we have this is where I struggle to fill time. It's that tricky part of the evening. Because I come on here, I put as little effort in as possible, and we see what we can do. We see what damage we can do. So yeah, I look forward to you joining me eventually, whenever that might be. And if you are watching afterwards, after the fact, thank you for watching. I know quite a few of you don't watch live. It's a shame because we could do with the input, but just thought, just for you, I say thanks for watching. Might as well acknowledge your existence. It seems to be a decent thing to do. So I don't know what to talk about because there's no one here. I'm on my own. I'm on my Jack Jones. Mister's in, and they say evening. So someone's in. Where's Andrew? Andrew's usually in first. You've beaten Andrew. Jesus. What's going on? This must be the end of times. If Mr. beats Andrew, that don't seem right, does it? That don't seem right. So yeah, it's a bit quiet. A bit quiet. It's just me and Mr. shooting the breeze, trying to figure out what's going on. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So what do you want to talk about? Anyone? No? Blimey. I hate when it's just like slow like this. I really don't know what to talk about. I got nothing. Oh, I'm getting a warning. It says, please configure both primary and backup streams correctly. The comparison of the streams failed because one of the streams has an invalid configuration. Okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know. But it says stream status is good, so good connection. Not a great connection, just a good connection. I did have trouble getting on this evening. Mr. says, have you heard the music of Richard Dawson? No, I haven't. Sorry. I'm sure it's very good. Okay, who's Richard Dawson and why should I care? Because, I don't really care. Richard Dawson. He's a singer. He's English. Richard Dawson, born Colin Lionel M., was an English-American actor, comedian, game show host and pianist. Dawson was well known for playing Corporal Peter Nook in Hogan's Heroes. I wonder if this is who he means. He was married to Dinah Dawes. I did not know that. And then he went on to present Family Feud. I don't think that's the right Richard Dawson. I don't think that's the right one. Is it? Oh, wait a minute, here you go. I got the wrong one. It's easily done. Look, there's Richard Dawson and there's Richard Dawson musician. That's the one I should have clicked on. That was silly of me. What the fuck? Seriously, how do these people get Wikipedia pages? So I'm just reading this and I'm losing the will to live. Yeah, thanks for that really handy tip. Oh well, at least I know to avoid. It's one of those evenings, is it? It's one of those evenings, yeah. Hey. Mind you, I reckon at 11 o'clock it'll start warming up. I reckon everyone's just hanging back and they're waiting for 11. For that's the moment they're all going to arrive. Trust me on this. Trust me. It's good because I've got a bit of a sore eye, but it's on this side, so you can't see it. So I can just turn my head this way and you don't see my sore eye. Which is nice. Nice for you and nice for me. 5 people in, but very quiet there. Very quiet. No one's talking. Come on, it's nearly 11 o'clock. They're going to start. They're all probably at the pub, aren't they? They're probably at the pub. They're all at the pub, aren't they? Yeah. Is the signal getting out there? That's what we need to know. Because I did have a warning. I don't know again, isn't it? Very quiet. Very quiet. Very quiet. I'm just gonna sit back. Wake me up. Wake me up when anyone comes in, will you? No, okay. Ah, this is very quiet. This is very, very dull. I'll give it another 5 minutes and then I'm going to fuck off because this is far too dull. Oh no, I've said fuck off. Oh no. Oh no. They're going to demonetise the stream again and I'm going to have to appeal it. Oh, I do love YouTube. No, I don't. Why would I say such a thing? I despise YouTube. Yeah, like I said, I've got nothing to talk about. Nothing. Pains in evening. Where the hell have you been? I've been left to flounder here for the last 10 minutes. Flounder, I did. I floundered. Oh dear. Oh, I mustn't rub my eye. It's sore. Ow. Ow. Oh. Thankfully, you can't see it because it's on that side, not this side. So yeah, I'm like I said, I don't know what to talk about. I've got nothing. No one's helping. I'll have to do coffee time, a good old-fashioned coffee time, and go on a Daily Mail website at this rate. And nobody wants that to happen, or maybe they do. It's very quiet out there tonight. Very, very quiet. Payne says 10 minutes. I thought you started at 11. So nothing fascinating to talk about. No, well, I started at 10 too. I got back from the dog walk at about 1:45. So I started it at 10 to. You know, maybe I should just waited. Maybe I should have just waited till 11. See, this is it. Catch you all out. Never know what I'm doing. Keep you on your toes. There's nothing to talk about. Even Robert Payne has nothing to talk about. And he's always usually the life of the party as well. I'm shocked. We need Andrew. Where's Andrew? Where's Renee? What's happening here? Did the clocks go forward without me knowing? Very quiet. It's very, very quiet. Boy, I said I'd give it 5 minutes, and we've nearly hit the 5-minute mark, and it's all going to be over. It's all going to be over. 5 minutes. I don't know whether to do another 5 minutes, because this is just great content. Me just waiting. This is what people tune in to see. Mind you, somebody thumbs it down already. They don't enjoy it. They didn't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it either. So there you go. That's Robert. He thumbs it down. He thumbs it down in disgust. But yeah, I'm just 8 people watching me flail around, floundering. It's still telling me that my primary and backup streams are not configured correctly. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Don't know what it means. Oh, well, this is just too much fun, isn't it? This is just too much fun. Okay, yeah, nobody wants to talk. That's fine. I don't mind. Renee's in. Thank God for that, Renee. Thank God for that. Thank God for that. I thought I was going to have to stop for a minute then, seeing as nobody wanted to talk. Nobody wanted, and Andrew didn't turn up. Now Renee's here. Everything's going to be fine. He'll start talking. He'll help me out. He'll help. Or maybe he won't. It's a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure, Renee. Payne says, wow, third contributor. Yeah, it's staggering along. We're staggering. We're not even floundering now, we're staggering. I don't know if I preferred it when I was floundering. I don't know, what's better, floundering or staggering? I think floundering's more energetic. Staggering's a bit more, you know, like you're on your last legs. Maybe I should have been thrashing around. Maybe I should have started thrashing, then floundering, then moving on to staggering. What do you reckon? Then maybe there's a hierarchy of failure here. Hierarchy of Failure. Good title for my next album. I like it. Open widget. What? Why is it asking me to open a widget? It's never asked me to open a widget before. Do I dare open the widget? Staggering means you've left the water. Oh, okay. So thrashing, floundering, staggering. Got ya. I like it. I like it. I feel like I'm one of those fish that's left the primeval murk. I'm evolving. Evolving. I still don't know where I should open the widget. Open the widget. That's the title of Ann and Dec's new Saturday night TV show. Well, hey man, open the widget. I'm going to show you. I've got this weird message. I've got to put my widget out. Look, see, look. Oh, look here, look. It says open widget. And I've never seen it. I've never seen that message before, because it's given me a message about me backup streams not being configured. 10 people in. It's due to the late one last week. I wasn't late last week, was I? Was I late last week? I can't remember last week. I can barely remember yesterday. And Payne says, you'll be walking at this rate. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm going to click open widget and see what happens. Nothing happened. It just took me to that screen. Phew. That was a bit anticlimactic, wasn't it? I thought there was some major widget action there. I don't know. I don't know what any of it's about. It's even quieter now that Renee's here. Payne says nothing happened that you know about. Well, again, I had a bit of trouble coming on, connecting. It was saying that I wasn't connected. Hence, I had trouble getting on. So then I changed it from the primary ingest server to the secondary ingest server, and then it worked. But now it says me primary and me secondary ingest servers aren't configured correctly. So I don't know what I'm doing. I have no clue, as usual. The one where we had the widget, that's the title. I think you've got it. I like it. Unless something earth-shattering happens in the next however minutes I'm going to be doing this, I think that's the winner. I think you've got the winner this week. I think you've won. Stye's in. He said the one where we widgeted on. No, I think opening the widget is the thing. Though I don't know about you. I don't know. Again, I don't know if I've done this routine before, but I'm going to do it purely for shits and giggles. Talking of Ant and Dec and Saturday Night TV, we've come up with a new Saturday night game show. Well, I have. I often play it with the kids and the missus when we're out walking the dog. I don't know if it happens round your way, but have you ever noticed a discarded bottle in the road? Right? Sometimes it's like a Lucozade bottle, or it's like an orange flavoured drink bottle, and there's a liquid inside, right? Well, I've come up with this new game show, right? Is it juice or piss? Ant and Dec, Saturday night, juice or piss? Because the Amazon drivers, right? They dump this stuff in the curb, right? And whenever I see a bottle, I go to the missus, juice or piss? And she, like this morning, we both agreed. Well, it was this afternoon actually. We both agreed it was juice. And we deduced this because there wasn't a lot in it, and it was a bit more orangey than usual and not as cloudy. So that's the game show. Well, hey man, is it juice or is it piss? It's going to be great. And the contestant finds out by chugging it. That's the game show. ITV, they should be snapping at my ankles trying to get that format, because it's going to be great. It's going to be it'll beat Doctor Who in the ratings. Well, everything beats Doctor Who in the ratings. Renee says the click on activated has been activated indeed. The little red light came on. Stye says agreed. Well done on the title pane. Mr. says I find looking at Lucozade uncomfortable. Now it doesn't wear trousers anymore. Okay. Payne says we can play Guess Which House on recycling day. The rule is guess which house the missed plastic container came from. What we have a delightful scenario round our way, because we have in recycling. It's all changing. This is exciting. This is exciting, right? At the moment, well, for the last 20 odd years. Has it really been that long? For the last 20 odd years in this district, we've had to put our recycling into flimsy, clear plastic bags. They're supposed to be biodegradable, but yeah, I'll be the judge of that. And But I don't give you these bags. You have to go to like the library, or there's a newsagent that does it, but he's surly. He gets a bit surly if you go in and just ask for a couple of bags because he wants you to buy things. You'd be a bit surly. I'm not walking all the way into town to go to the library to get some bags. But anyway, if you put the wrong item, or a forbidden item, a verboten item in the recycling bag, the waste disposal operative sticks a big sticker on it, like it's radioactive. Seriously, red and black lines, the red and black warning, danger, Will Robinson, danger, and it says contaminated. See, and they leave the bag behind. So it's like a bag of shame, with the big sticker saying contaminated, like you've had a shit in the recycling bag. But that's all going to go, because it is June, the flaming month of June, and we're getting a blue bin on wheels to put our recycling in. We're both happy and sad about this because we have a lot of recycling. We're going to have to crush it down now. That means whenever we're finished with a tin of beans, I'm going to have to walk down the stairs, holding it thusly, and then drop it in the bin thusly. Whereas before we just kind of put it in a recycling bag, wait till it fill up, and then walk down the stairs with that and hide it behind the bins, hoping that the foxes don't get to it. Now the foxes around here are sly, who love a recycling bag and love to just get everything out. And the bin men, in their infinite wisdom, do not pick up such discarded items. If a bag splits on bin day, if one of the recycling bags splits, then you guessed it, recycling as far as the eye can see, blowing down the road. But hopefully, with the blue bins, that's going to be a thing of the past. Looking forward to it. I'm quite excited. I really am. And do you know what I've done? Do you know how I've prepared for this momentous day? I went on Amazon and I got some new stickers with the numbers so that it matches the other bins, because no one's stealing my blue bin. I'm putting my signature on it. Doom, doom, doom. As soon as I get it, so I'm really excited, to get the cellophane off, make sure they're lined up. Don't want a wonky one. It's got to match the other. Oh, really excited about that. Really excited about it. Renee says, bought or looking for some new hardware lately? What, music hardware? No. I nearly had a. So I got a bad eye. It's this stupid diabetes shit I've got. It makes my eyes play up, and it's been giving me jip for the last couple of days. Something in it burst the other day. That was nice. Sunday was really sore, but yesterday it burst, and today it's just been running like a bastard all day. But there you go. I was walking the dog, and I literally had a single tear under my face. It looked very melodramatic. Very melodramatic. It did. I nearly had a fall, moment of weakness. There was a guitar, there was a go down, and I thought, I wouldn't mind going back to go down and getting the old VG99 back and going that way. And then I said, no, Darren, don't be fucking stupid, don't do it. So no, I'm trying to be a good boy, because I don't need any of it, because I've got all I could possibly need here. There is an Epiphone again, because this Epiphone I got here, this one, the big bugger, can't really. That one, the big bugger, the ES355, because even though it's big and unwieldy and the next too chunky, and it makes such a delightful sound and just feels so right. I was looking at one of the other Epiphone Les Paul Customs. Not the the 2 pickup one, not the 3 pickup one, because I'm not so sure you need a 3 pickup one with those. because it's not like my oh god, oh Darren, you're boring everyone with talk about pickups. Don't bore the audience with talk of pickups. Nobody cares. But I don't think you need 3 pickups on a Les Paul Custom. Whereas my 3 pickup, 3 humbucker Strat, which has a 5-way selector toggle, you get a much better variety of tonal shades in comparison. So short answer, no. But I did have fun. I had fun, and when I mean fun, I mean the opposite of that. Because I don't know if any of you use Native Instruments Contact. Any of you? No. Do you know why? Because I'm an arsehole and you're not. But there was Native Instruments often do like a very big discount over the summer, and I've been waiting to update my software for a couple of years, so I updated it, and then I forgot. When you update Contact, it acts like a right. It does. It acts like a right bastard, and it didn't want to work with any, and I mean all, of the sounds that I bought for it from Native Instruments and from third parties. And I spent this morning and most of the afternoon reinstalling it all, and that was not fun. I did not enjoy that. Mind you, a few weeks back I had a similar thing with Arturia and their software, because they released an update and whatever installer they used messed up all the folders, added extra folders, and I got in touch with them and said, look, it doesn't recognise any of the presets anymore. And they went, oh yeah, if you've got an extra preset folder, can you drag your presets back into the parent folder? And I spent a whole day doing that a few weeks ago. I liked it better when you just had a keyboard that made noises. But anyway, into every life a little rain must fall. This is nothing. This is nothing compared to real problems. What else is it? Oh, Missing's in. He says hello. Renee says, heard the news about our government. Is that you, Gert Wilders? Didn't he like kind of break up the band or something? Is that what you're talking about? Is that what you're referring to? I must admit I do not follow the Netherlands political scene too much, but apparently everyone's right wing now. Everyone is. I'm right wing, you're right wing, we're all right wing now, you know. Did you know that? Payne says, we have different coloured sacks. Oh, sacks, I like it. For metal, plastic or cardboard. Brown bin for kitchen slops. Lots of fun on a windy day. We have a little green bin about that big for our kitchen waste. And nah, we never got one. Everyone else got one. We never got one. Well, actually, when I say everyone else, I mean some people got them. Not everybody got them. And I've only seen a couple of houses with them. And we're supposed to put the kitchen waste in that, but we don't have a lot of kitchen waste. Only like potato peelings, but I put those in the rubbish, so because it's going to degrade. They say you're not supposed to, but guess what? It's going to degrade. It will degrade. And anyway, when it's all sent to China, those potato peelings are going to give those little Chinese kids who sort through the rubbish something to eat, isn't it? You know. So I'm doing something for the environment, and I'm feeding a little Chinese kid at the same time. I'm your caring, sharing Darren. Don't forget that. Look, what they need to do is stop all the plastic. I'm going to do that. You know that routine where I go on about, in my day, we had milk bottles, you know, and everything came in paper bags, because it did. And when you bought some jam donuts, they didn't need to put a little plastic window on the side of the bag so you could see the donuts, because you knew that there were donuts in the bag. Anyway, Payne also added, I saw a photo of someone who did a concert in the Middle East, and the wax in their pickups had melted out. Yeah, I saw that. Didn't it melt all over their guitar? All over yeah. It's not good because for those of you who don't know, there's something called wax potting. Not all pickups have it. Some pickups do. And what you do is when you've finished like winding the bobbin, wind the bobbin up, wind the bobbin up. Who remembers that hit? But yeah, when you've finished winding your bobbin and you've soldered it all in place, you get the pickup and you dunk it in some hot wax to pot it, and it stops with it becoming microphonic and helps with feedback and stuff. So yeah, it must have been blooming warm. It must have been blooming warm for the wax to melt. But yeah, don't play the Middle East. Don't play the Middle East. No. Context says, I had that. It just sucks. It does, doesn't it? It sucks. It sucks. And I don't even know why. I don't use it that often. But I thought, well, I'll upgrade it, see what the new thing's in. I use it occasionally for some bits, but I've spent a fortune on a lot of that. So, I mean, I'd much rather use the Arturis stuff, to be honest. But it's got the sample libraries and things. There's some interesting noises it makes. It makes some interesting noises sometimes. But I don't tend to use them that often. But it's just keeping your system up to date, isn't it, really? But I don't know. It just annoys me. I've collected so many software instruments and sample packs over the years. It ain't right. It just ain't right. Rennie said the much folders it created, terrible indeed. Lots of folders. First world problems, hashtag. Robert says recycling is so environmental. Now we have 3 different lorries for 3 waste types. Apparently, our council, they said that what they're going to do is they're going to start charging 60 quid a year for the green collection. Well, I ain't paying it. I'm just going to stop cutting the grass. Well, I have done. I ain't cut the grass in 5 years because I hate the garden, and it's about that high at the moment. It's about that high. Don't ask. We have a garden that's over there. It's not connected to the house. It's really difficult for me to do anything with, and no one else around looks after their garden. So all the blackberry came in and all the brambles came in, and last time I did it, I got scratches up my arms, and I said I'm not doing this anymore because no one else looks after their fucking gardens. And it all came in over the fence, and and then when I got the diabetes diagnosis, the doctor said no more gardening. I went, yes, that makes it worth it. That makes the lifetime of medication and the constant prodding by the doctors, and all the other bits and bobs falling off. Yes, no more gardening for me. Yes, fuck yeah. Now I'm in the zone. Yes. Now I can see the point to living. Renee says, your right eye, does it feel like you had some pepper in it? I have the same once in 2 days. Hate it. Well, it's just because I get because I'm a type 2 diabetic. I'm prone to eye infections and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a gritty eye. I got something. I think something went in my eye, and then something under my eyelid, and then it burst. Because that's what I get like ulcers in my eyelids. I've had them before. And it's just very, very, very sore. But I bathe it with salt water. I bathe my eyes a lot with salt water, not like really lightly salted water because it flushes them out. And I do it quite a bit to keep my eye health up because diabetes. Payne says, how is gardening bad for the pancreas? Oh, because it's because you can drop things on your foot. See? Yeah. And we've got to look after our feet. Even though I wear... these haven't got steel toe caps in. I used to wear steel toe cap boots, but I don't wear them anymore because I don't commute into London. Trust me, there's a logic to that. As I always wore steel toe cap boots when I travelled into London. Why, Darren? Why did you do that? Well, to prove my point, one morning, because I used to like kind of sit at the edge, standing up, because I just can't abide being on the tube. It's just too many people, and it just freaks me out. Don't like it. I have panic attacks and all that. But I'd be standing there, and one morning this guy got on, and it looked like he purposely like jumped on the train right onto my foot, and he slipped off of it. And it didn't hurt at all, and I laughed at him. I went, because you look kind of shocked. Yeah, I do it because people are stupid and they tread on your feet on the tube, and if you're wearing steel toe cap boots, you don't feel it. Also, it's handy if you're kicking anyone. Don't work on bull mastiffs though. They're quite immune to it. There you go. Bob, 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 bob. When I says, sorry for my English right, Darren. I'm Dutch, you know. You're not. Rene's Dutch. Did you know that? We have established that Rene is not one of us. He's one of those foreigners. Shocking. Shocking. We'll have to ban him, I reckon. I think we need to ban him. So tell us about your government and Geert. Is it Geert Wilders, isn't it? He's the one that looks like Trump. What's Geert Wilders been up to? Payne says, I've only been on the tube twice and ate it both times. I spent 3 years travelling from one end of the Central Line to the other when I was going to university, leaving the house at 7:15 in the morning and coming home at 7:45 of the night, because it was an hour and a half there and back, so it was like 3 hours a day across London, 5 days a week. That's pretty soul destroying. And it wasn't like a proper, like it was, because it was a college, I had to be there all the time, and eventually when I did turn into a university in the third year, I could spend less time there, but it took a long time. But to say it was soul destroying is an understatement. And then, you know, I worked in London for a few years, good few years, and that was a pain in the arse as well. I remember there was just the Central Line. It used to always be late. I'd leave earlier and earlier, and I'd get into work later and later. I'd get told off for getting in late, and I was like, but the tube trains, it's not my fault. I'm begging forgiveness because the tube was on the fritz. But yeah, don't like it. But that was still in the late 90s when we still had IRA bomb threats, and that used to be fun. You know, being evacuated from Oxford Street Tube and nearly dying in the crush. Oh, I miss those days. So much. You know. Rene says our government has fallen. Oh my God. I'm putting it in. Dutch government. I wonder if that sounds like slang for something, isn't it? Here, you got any Dutch government? Here we go. Geert Wilders quits Dutch coalition over immigration dispute. Oh dear. Oh, that don't sound good, does it? I'm going to the Guardian because the Guardian is a good left-wing paper, isn't it? And right-wing people like me shouldn't read it. The Dutch government has collapsed after the far-right leader Geert Wilders has pulled his party out of the ruling coalition in a row over immigration and asylum policy. The Prime Minister, Dick Schoof, I'm sure Schoof in the Netherlands is like Smith or Brown or something. I bet there are a lot of Schoofs, aren't there? Yeah. I bet whenever he makes the mistake, they say the Schoof is on the other foot. And in his resignation and that of his 11-month-old cabinet to King Wilhelm Alexander, remaining ministers will stay on a caretaker capacity until new elections, most likely in October. My goodness, that's a long time to wait. We've decided there is now insufficient support for this government, Schoof told reporters in The Hague after an emergency cabinet meeting, adding that he considered Wilders' decision as irresponsible and unnecessary. Wilders, whose populist and anti-Islam Freedom Party, the PVV, finished as the largest in Parliament in the last election, said he would fight the coming elections to make the PVV even stronger. and with the aim of becoming the Prime Minister next time. The far-right leader said earlier on Tuesday that his party's ministers would quit the government after 3 other partners of the four-party coalition rejected his radical proposal on immigration. I signed up for the toughest asylum policy, not the downfall of the Netherlands, he said. He had warned last week that if his plans were not adopted, the PVV, the large party in Parliament, with 37 seats, would be out of the cabinet. Well, he did what they said. Right, okay. Well, this is the problem. I'm not sure how the Dutch system works, but if you have coalition governments, it's not always very practical because, you know, one party holds all the power. You know, it's not very politically fair when that happens. You might as well just let them have total control because they can do stupid shit like this. And for those of you who don't know who we're talking about Geert Wilders. There he is. There we go. Well, I mean, it's exciting, isn't it? It's exciting. Meanwhile, in Poland, they've got a new, is it president or prime minister? I know Donald Tusk is one of those, but they've got another one. Yeah, it's all happening. It's all happening in Europe, isn't it? Payne says it calls Dick Schoof to step down. Apparently the PVV glue isn't as good as PVA. I thought PVV was the viral infection that caused cervical cancer. Wasn't it? Isn't that PVV? I don't know. Just riffing here. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Renee. I'm sure everything will be just fine. Payne says, as Chaz and Dave saying, Getcha. Get you, Kar-san. Getcha. It was funny because my grandfather used to use Kar-san all the time. Ah, he's a right Kar-san. Yeah, that's so and so's a right Kar-san. Don't trust him. And then it appeared in Chaz and Dave. So it's just great. Oh, yeah. Big Chaz and Dave fans of this neck of the woods, of course. Though it's just Dave these days. Though I do like to amaze people by, you know, telling them that, you know, Chaz and Dave appeared on the Eminem song "The Real Slim Shady" because they were sampled by him, because they played with Labi Siffre, and it's a sample of Labi Siffre's that appears on the name of the session musicians. There you go. And on Chaz and Dave's, which one was it? Was it One Thing and Another? No, Oily Rags. On Oily Rags, the drummer was Ian Wallace of that band's fame. There you go. So everything is connected. Honestly, Gov, everything's connected. Sometimes I wish I didn't know all this nonsense. It's completely useless. My musical trivia knowledge is absolutely useless. Not used to anyone. Meanwhile, if you're in the Netherlands, I'm doing coffee time now because no one's really playing. Only Robert and Renee are doing their best to keep the end up here. But if you're in the Netherlands at the Rijksmuseum, they've put on display a 200-year-old condom. Blimey, I bet that's had some use. Yeah, and this condom is unique, right? Yeah. It came from I reckon it was made in around 1830 from a sheep's appendix. Blimey, and here we go. This is it. If you slip this on, it's also got an erotic tableau drawn upon it, with a semi-naked nun exposing herself and 3 clergymen ready to engage in a bit of biblical knowledge. There you go. So yes, what unique? What are you? I'm demonetised. I've just realised I've just gone and got myself demonetised again. Oh no! But yeah, it's the only condom that you can read as a piece of art and use as a prophylactic. It's yes, it's unique. And here it is on display. There you go. A little bit of coffee time there for you. A little bit of coffee time, just like the old days. Yeah, the condom, which I reckon was possibly a souvenir from a brothel, is 20 centimeters long, and 7.8 inches. And you can see it better now. Look, this is just filth. Look, there's the nun showing herself, and there's three clergymen who are very, very pleased to see her. Oh man, you're gonna get banned now. It's all over for me. It's all over. Should have stuck with Geert Wilders. But I thought I'd move from one Dutch knob to another. See, I don't write this. I'm actually weeping. Sorry guys. Look, real tears. Oh my eye. I suffer for you. I suffer. But yeah, I don't write any of this stuff. I just make it up as I go along. And that's what makes me so endearing and so lovable. Payne says that's HPV related with PVC, indeed. Renee says, well, I'm glad they collapsed. The PVV, Party for Freedom, is a racist party. Is it really? But everyone's racist, so that makes it alright, isn't it? If they're a racist party, how are they in power? Does that mean the Dutch are racists? This is not good. I thought the EU were all like, you know, they're all like flower power and loving all that, you know, imported people things with beards and stuff. You know, I thought they loved all that shit. Oh dear, that's a shame that. Payne says, yeah, Chaz and Dave were more involved in other projects and styles than people give them credit for. Well, again, Chaz Osges, the piano player, he wasn't a piano player, he was a guitarist, and he worked with Joe Meek and played on loads of stuff back in the 60s, you know. And there's a film, great film called Telstar, the life story of Joe Meek. It's a biopic. I know a lot of people don't like biopics, but do watch it. It's very, very good. I did enjoy it. And there is a guy in that that's, you know, playing Chaz. So yeah, I've forgotten who it was now. There's a cast of people in it, you know, mainly British actors. You know, like that bloke and that other fella, and I think even James Corden turns up at one point. Oh well, I'm sorry. Renee says the condom with a nice picture on it. How much would it cost? Who knows? Maybe it was a freebie. You know, maybe it was like you know, like you get the book of matches. If it was from a brothel, maybe they decided to do away with the book of matches with the name on and give away decorative condoms instead. The fact that it's lasted for so long and it's, you know, it hasn't. I mean, how do they do? What do they do to preserve it? Does someone have to go in there with like some like Vaseline or something to keep it intact? Because you'd think it being a sheep's appendix, you'd think, you know, because it's flesh, that it'd dry up and crack and wither. So someone must go in and moisturise it. So I just hope they rinsed it out first, you know. So, there you go. Oh dear. Oh, I'm just going to stretch it out. Just stretching it out. Oh God, I've done 50 minutes. God, it feels like I've done about 4 hours. Jesus Christ. So did everyone enjoy the Doctor Who finale on Saturday? I'm really just talking to Robert. There's nobody else cares. Just me and Robert. Oh, we do have an update. We do have an update this week on the we might as well make this a regular thing, because we've got no other content here. We do have an update. It's 4 likes and 8 dislikes. It's 4 thumbs down, 4 thumbs up, 8 thumbs down. I'll get it right in a minute. So yeah, last week it was 20 thumbs up, 12 thumbs down. So you know, let's hope that I don't know. I don't really care. I just like to take the piss. Remember, if you're so sad that you've created hundreds of soccer accounts just so you can do that, maybe it's time you evaluated your life. Maybe. But it's good to know that there's somebody out there sadder than me. I'm really pleased. Imagine that. Imagine just like going on to Google, right, and just creating loads of soccer accounts just to thumbs down my video live stream. Wow, you've really set your targets high, haven't you? Like, who's the biggest has-been on the internet? Oh, that guy there. Well, I'm just gonna target him, because, like, you know, no one's watching him. So this will, you know, and he hasn't learned he's been doing it for how long? Nearly 10 years doing the live stream, and I've thumbsed it down for like 10 years. So maybe this will make a difference. Payne says Doctor Who was very funny. I don't think it was meant to be funny, was it? Renee says 11 viewers. Where's the time when it was 65? Oh, they don't like me. Nobody likes me, and that's fine. I don't mind. But you've got to remember that 7 of those people are not real. I think maybe even 8 of those people aren't real, because they're the ones leaving the thumbs downs. You see? I'm just talking to you and Renee. And either of you could be running the soccer accounts and just toying with me. You know what I'm saying? Payne says it was absurd, very wrong, full of nonsense, but unintentionally very funny. Oh, yeah, I mean, it was some of the worst writing I've ever seen. But I think it might be because, one, I think Davis realised he'd hired the wrong man for the job, because he got himself somebody who wasn't really committed to the role. Somebody who wanted to, you know, ride on the back of it like it was because I imagine it was sold to Gatwa as a Disney. This is going to be a big Disney series, and any actor would say, "Oh, right, okay," and trust Davis. I bet Davis really blew it up for him and went, "Oh, it's going to be really big, you know, shoot. It's going to be really big. It's going to really raise your profile. Doctor Who, you know, on Disney, it's going to be absolutely massive." And he probably thought, yeah. And then when what happened, and, well, the Nielsen ratings in America, the show doesn't even register there. It must have been a bit of disappointment for him. And then to be strung along, I can imagine him going, Russell, is there going to be a 3rd series? Because I need to schedule around it. Russell, is there going to be a 3rd series? Because I need to schedule. We agreed. And then Russell said, I don't know. And that's why he flew off. And so, you know, and that's the way it goes. He needs somebody who's going to be loyal, who is going to be willing to stick around. A more mature actress who isn't trying to bolster their career. Now, again, it's understandable. A young actor, you know, they're going to want to do other things. It's a busy world out there. You not necessarily want to give your life to a 60-plus-year-old sci-fi show that no one's watching. Payne says, perhaps when the Doctor turned reality 1 degree, some of your viewers were taken out of existence. I don't really care. I don't think I've got any viewers. A lot of people watch it on catch up anyway. I like to watch it the next day. It's hard because I think a lot of people watch from America, and it is, like I say, 30 minutes to 12, you know, to midnight. So we're doing this very, very late, you know. And I think people have moved on. There are many other things to do, and that's fine. It don't bother me. But there'll be a day when I will stop doing this eventually because there's no one watching, you know. Maybe I'll move it to the afternoon. I keep threatening to do that, put it in at 4 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that. just so I'm a bit more sprightly, because I do get tired. I think Robert's a bot too. You know, I reckon so. They're all bots. None of you are real. No one's real. You're all fake. Sty says, still got more views than Doctor Who at the moment. Well, as I said in my review, Bergerac did better on was it Play? You Play or whatever it's called. Bergerac as an entire series did better than Doctor Who. At its lowest point. I think it initially over the weekend, because they dropped all the episodes at once, it averaged 1.8 million viewership, and obviously that figure's gone up, you know, once people watch the whole thing. So I imagine that on average Bergerac did better than Doctor Who. I'm just saying. I mean, it probably hasn't, but I like to say that. In my mind, I like to imagine that. Payne says we need the +7, +4 screen viewing figures for the live streams. Then we'll have to watch Darren on iPlayer. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen. But I usually do about on this. I usually do about 250, 300 views a week. You know, on the old live stream. So for me, that's all right. That's all right. As long as I get about 250, 300 views, that's winning for me. That's winning. Yeah. Because, like, I don't know why else I do. Why do I do this? Does anybody know? I've forgotten. Alex is here. He says, who's your favourite Doctor of all time? And who would you like to see play Doctor? Noddy Older would have been good as the Doctor. Well, it's always going to be Tom Baker, because that's who you grew into. You know, it's always good. You know, you always have fondness for, you know, the one you grow into. So I'm going to say Tom Baker, and I'm going to nod Eccleston as well for bringing it back. I think they both did a good job of it. Who would I like to see as Doctor Who? Again, it's not really for me to say. I'd have liked to have seen Rhys Ifans play Doctor Who. Welsh actor. Again, looks a bit weird, looks a bit alien. And, you know, play him in the Doctor in full Edwardian garb, you know. I think he would have been interesting. Someone who's a bit curt, you know, but then also loses it. I think he would have been an interesting casting. But I'm trying to think someone who's a bit more modern. I don't know. Trying to think of some English actors who are interesting. I can't think of any. There you go. I mean, they did ask Marquis Smith from The Fall to play Doctor at one point, which I find hilarious and frightening at the same time. Yeah, that's true. That is a true thing. But we'll have to wait and see what's happening with the show, because, you know, normally after it ends they usually release a statement saying, oh, it's coming back for Christmas. Now again, there was meant to be a Christmas special. 2025 Christmas special. Stephen Moffat saw the script. He said it last time, you know, when last Christmas one, Joy to the World, which he wrote. Because he said, I've written this Christmas one, but next Christmas Russell's written it and I've seen the last page of it. You know, so that obviously went on the bonfire as well, unless they are doing a Christmas special and it's going to be with Billy Piper playing, I don't know, the Spirit of the Vortex or whatever weird shit that guy's going to do with whatever they're going to do. Again, it's hard to care anymore, isn't it, really, because they did damage the brand so much. And it was interesting because somebody in my comments, because I said, oh, you know, I expect all this self-referring, all this stuff, referring to old characters and old plot points, perhaps had to get the viewers to, you know, watch those episodes on Disney Plus. And one of my American chums pointed out that to watch Doctor Who, to be a Doctor Who fan in America, you need 3 separate subscriptions. This new season series is exclusive to Disney Plus. The classic one is on one channel. The classic series, like, you know, from 63 to 89. And then the like Eccleston to Whittaker is on a completely different channel. So if you're a Doctor Who fan, it's spread over 3 different channels. And I thought, well, I actually said, no wonder it failed. I thought the initial deal, again, because they don't talk about the deal, they don't say what the deal is. I thought the initial deal was that, you know, Disney got those classic, you know, all the catalogue, you know, for America. So, like, say, we're the home of Doctor Who. They didn't even get that. So what's the point in doing it? Maybe it really was all for Bluey. You know, they wanted Bluey so much that they ruined Doctor Who. Doctor Who was sacrificed in favour for that little Australian geezer. But so I thought that was really weird. You'd think if you're making £1 million or $1 million deal or whatever it was, you'd say, throw in the catalogue and we got us a deal, because then, you know, Russell can talk about old plot points and people can go off and investigate on, you know, the Disney Plus archives. It's more content for them. But, you know, it's like Paramount have done with Star Trek. You know, it's all there. You can, you know, fill your boots. So it's a fragmented franchise like that. I think in the old days it used to be on PBS and that was free. Now it's all over the place and you've got to pay for it. So, you know. Payne says, it'd be nice if they did open auditions rather than pocketbook of previous actors they've used. Well, again, I think in the case of Davis, he used Eccleston because it was a big ask. You know, it was unknown whether or not it was going to be a success, and Eccleston was a safe pair of hands, established actor. People knew who he was. You know, film actor, he'd been in, you know, films, TV. You know, he was in that great Cracker show with Robbie Coltrane back in the early 90s. And his appearance on that is amazing, especially when he's with Robert Carlyle. No spoilers, that's just one of the greatest pieces of television ever. So it wasn't really, I mean, I know he'd used him in The Second Coming, but it wasn't a gamble. You know, he didn't want to gamble it. And then when he went, David Tennant, because I think he'd used David Tennant in Casanova, which was on BBC 3 or something. Tennant had been around for a while. You know, he wasn't somebody who was an unknown, but his star wasn't as high in the sky as Eccleston. So yeah, and then Moffat was a bit different. He used Matt Smith, who, again, Matt Smith had been in a few things. He was in a really good crime drama. I saw him in that first, and I think Patterson Joseph might have been in it. Let me pull it up, because it was a really good crime drama talking about a body found in the Thames, which kind of echoed an actual case where a small child had been found in the Thames. I never did find out who he was, and let me see, where is it? And he was in that. Yeah, it was called Moses Jones. Yeah, no, it was Eamon Walker. Eamon Walker, you know Eamon Walker. He was with Warren Mitchell as Alf Garnett in Sickness and in Health. He played his home help. Eamon Walker's gone on to do very big things in America. He's got like a show in America that he does. But yeah, Matt Smith was in that. It was only a 3-episode drama, but I remember really enjoying it. And Wunmi Mizuku is in it as well, and she went on to be in Lovecraft County and Loki. and she's really good. I like her. And yeah, Sean Parks played Moses Jones. Sean Parks is a name. He's been in a load of stuff. He's in Human Traffic and Torchwood and the podcast version, Lost in Space TV show. So lots of things. But I thought that was a good show. So yeah, Matt Smith was fairly well established on TV and whatnot. And then after that, well, you know Capaldi, because Capaldi had been in it before, but he was a big name. I think Moffat got into the, we need a big name. We need a big name, because again, the appeal of Doctor Who was beginning to fade slightly again, because we were moving into, well, the times that we're in now, the post-cultural times, where the internet has taken over as a form of entertainment. So we thought, we'll get some names in. Then Chibnall came along, and he kind of went back to the strategy that Davis adopted, and he worked with somebody that he trusted. Jodie Whittaker worked with him on Broadchurch. And again, I have no trouble with her as Doctor Who. I know a lot of people didn't like it. I'm one of those people in the 80s who thought we needed a female Doctor, as back then. So I never had a problem with it. And I think Chippers did an alright job considering. I think they got the short end of the straw with the COVID. They had budgets, cut. There was even talk of them cancelling it over the COVID period, The Lux series wasn't going to... Was it Lux? Is that what it was called? I can't remember what it was called now. That big long one. Not Lux. Flux. That was it. Flux. The whole Flux series. That was reduced. I think that was reduced by about 3 episodes. And then we have Ncuti Gatwa. And I'm not sure, again, that was stunt casting because of his time in Sex Education. And Davis thought that the people that watched that on Netflix were going to suddenly be into Doctor Who. It don't work like that. The actor doesn't pull, they don't say, look, the people that watch the thick of it didn't watch Doctor Who. You know what I'm saying? Don't work like that. So it was a bit of a foolish thing to do that. And again, some of the other stunt casting with the bloke who played Rose 2. It's you just, who are you appealing to? It was just nonsense. You get stars in, actual stars that people know. Do you remember that when Doctor Who used to have like a star of the week, you'd look in the list and you go, who's in this one? Oh, David Suchet's in it, Simon Callow, Olivia Colman's in it, and you'd have celebrities turning up, proper actors and actresses. There hasn't been any of that in this new series season, the 2 series seasons, bar Anita Dobson and Rylan. And that's setting the bar pretty low. Pretty damn low. There you go. Payne says, there's that Unit spin-off series still to be shown. Seems a bit fishy. Well, Russell Tovey's back. He's not midshipman frame anymore. He's a character called Barclay. And the actress from Loki, she's in it. So we've got some star power. She's playing the fish woman called Salt. Okay, imaginative. And in the little teaser, there's some eggs. And I said, he's going to have to fertilise them eggs. That's going to be a plot point. Them eggs, they're going to create human sea devil hybrids, and Barclay's going to have to do the job. That's going to be a plot point. Trust me. The problem with sea devils is they look so cute with their little faces. Like, ooh. So I don't know. We'll wait and see. I'll tune in because pay the licence. Might as well get me money's worth. T says Mackenzie Cook would be good. Also played Wurzel Gummidge. Did you see that series of Wurzel Gummidge? It was nightmare-inducing. It was truly horrific. I think they only made like 3 or 4 episodes. I watched a couple of them. The first one was absolutely appalling. The second one wasn't too bad. I don't think I watched the others. I can't remember. I might have done, but I might have just blanked them out of my memory. Because the design of it, he looked like one of the living dead. Wurzel Gummidge. I'm not going to be able to find. I bet we'll be able to find the modern variety. It's only Pertwee coming up in the image search. Oh, here we go. Now, if you thought Pertwee was bad, some of his heads were nightmarish. This is what the reboot looked like. Yeah, because kids want to sit and watch that, don't they? They're going to give up their TikTok for that. And here he is with the. Oops. Oh, why don't you make the picture big? There you go. And here he is with John and Susan, his young helpers. Oh, here's a pop-up. Let me just get that. You can really see how hideous he looks. Yes, look, there we go. Remember, the countryside is racist. So what are these black kids doing in the countryside? I guess we'll never know. Now, it would have been much more interesting, I'm just putting it out there, if Wurzel had gone into the urban setting and met some young, minority folk. I think that could have been interesting, But we didn't do that. We did a lot of environmental messaging, because remember, kids, the planet is doomed and you're all going to die. Kids love to watch that. They love that kind of messaging. That was the first episode. That was it. And you get my kid, I'm like, what? It's like, this isn't the Wurzel Cup. It was all about, a nice cup of tea and a slice of cake, But no, apparently the planet's going to die. Because kids love to watch that. Mind you, we had Watership Down and the Plague Dogs and When the Wind Blows. Love those films. Rene says, I have some bad whiskey. Glen Tallock. The taste is not good. Maybe you should just chug it. Get it down you. It will taste better the more you drink. Trust me. That's how it works. The more you drink, the better it tastes. Payne says, the thing is, if anyone does back to see who Amiga was, they'll find he wasn't a gigantic skeletal rocking corpse. No, he wasn't anything. He ended up as nothing. He was like an ephemeral spirit thing. He was trying to take over a body, But anyway, don't think about it. It goes, Russell T Davies. He just makes up. Why didn't he just make up a new villain? He could have made up some other new thing. He didn't have to do that, But hey. Kay says, Boris Johnson would make a great Wurzel Gummidge. What year is it? Is it 2020 again? Is it 2020? Robert says, well, now that it's tomorrow, I'm going to bed. Good night. Blimey, he don't hang around. He's in, he's out. He's like, whew, he's zagged, he's off. Sweet dreams, young prince. Sweet dreams. But yeah, this has been pretty bad tonight. 11 viewers. That's not a good one. I might have to reconsider doing this at an earlier time. I don't know if that's going to be good for Rene. I don't know if he's allowed to get drunk in the afternoons. Are you alright to drink your whiskey in the afternoons, Rene? Yeah. And we'll just double check. Just double check the likes to dislikes ratio, and it's 5 up, 14 down. Like that changes anything? It changes nothing. But at least you're occupied. See, most of those people watching aren't real. They're all sock accounts. So maybe I should stop doing it. Maybe we should just stop. Maybe this will be the last one. What do you reckon? Yeah. Anyway. new Switch comes out on Thursday, which is tomorrow now. So I'll be too busy playing on Mario Kart World than bothering all this silliness. So that should be fun. There's an extra up. Oh no, Kayan, you shouldn't have done that, because then he's going to do an extra one thumbs down because he can't help himself. You know what it's like. Ay, ay, ay. It's a funny old world, isn't it? It's a funny old world. But, it's good to have somebody that obsessed with you, isn't it? Right? I just wish the missus was that obsessed with me. Hey. Oh, I'm getting a bit dry. Is anybody out there? Or should we just end it a little bit earlier? What do you reckon? Anyone? Give me a thumbs up, like on the screen. Or shall we skedaddle for the night? Is everyone tired? Rene, are you tired? Is that whiskey working? Is that whiskey working out there? Oh, it's all gone quiet. Kay says, you still have the stalker. Well, it could be you. Well, every week they come on and bomb me with the thumbs down, so I don't know if it's the same person. It could be someone else. I don't know. I do not care. It's just the thing that happens when I come on here and do the live streams. It's just, I don't know. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything. So it's a shame, isn't it? Really, it's a shame that they feel the need to do that. I guess they've not got anything else in their life other than me, and that's not good. That's really not good. Ray says, I'm going. Thanks for the chat. Same. Well, thanks for coming along. At least you and Robert and T-Dog and Kay and Sty, and was there anyone else? I don't think there was. Oh, Mister, he started it. Was in to say hello, and yeah, thanks for that. So, Kay says, I don't have the commitment to be a stalker. Too lazy. Well, me too. I mean, it's really boring, isn't it? It's a bit weird. And again, there's a lot of people on YouTube that I don't care for, but I leave them alone. Just don't go there anymore. But this person comes back every Tuesday. It's very odd. But these things go on. If that's what makes them happy, then who am I to stop them? I just wish that they might find something else to make them joyful, because it's not healthy to obsess like that. It's not good for your mental space, mate. It's not good for you. But anyway, I am going to go as well, because like I said, I'm feeling a bit dry, and I think we've killed it. I think it's dead. No, it just smells funny. Hopefully, this wasn't a very good one this week, and I can only apologise, because not that many people are in, and not that many people wanted to talk. So when that happens, sometimes you have good weeks. Some weeks you're not so good. It's the way it goes. But yeah, if you have watched either live, or if you're going to watch it, if you've watched it, thank you for watching. And maybe we'll do this again. I don't know. Thumbs down, man. He doesn't like it, so maybe we should stop. Maybe that's what he's saying. He should come on and tell me. He should tell me what the problem is. It'd be interesting to know. But he's not going to do that. Because there's too many soccer accounts. He doesn't know which one he's logged into. Too many of them. Just imagine having all these soccer accounts. It's crazy. Anyway, we'll do this all again soon. Thank you for watching. There's only one more thing left to say, and that is, if you can't be good, be safe, but more importantly, don't tell your mother. Night night.